and welcome back. Monday morning, 9 o'clock, probably right at 9 o'clock. Sales video was a pretty good, right on the average cusp, I would say. Sent out a lot of offers, which I mean, I do on the regular, but each time I was sending them out, they're like 5 or 6 at a time, 5, 6, 7 times each couple days, right? So it's and not a whole lot of takers on them. But hey, send them out, did my job. Just wait, but don't cross your fingers on them. Still, after shipping is done, hit my $1,000 net payout threshold. Well, it'll be a little more than that. Didn't go anywhere yesterday. I think with the real fuel and everything else, it did hit with the refuel over 100. Today, however, the actual temperature is supposed to be 95 to 98, which is going to push the real fuel to probably 100 teens. Yeah, not going anywhere. Not even only open the window to let the cats in, randomly one by one. But then, when they're at the windowsill, you open that window, they come right in. All right, so they're out now. They'll be back in a bit. Guarantee that. Thermometer here, old school 1960s. Air conditioner on. It's showing that it's 76 in here, which is about right, but I'm not going to get into the lack of air efficiency in this department. It's a sales video, so let's kind of go over that. I did pre-get stuff on that end. It's more of a books weekend for that matter, but ultimately it is 502 with 11 going out, and it's 441 product cost received. All right, so I got this stack here. And some interesting ones in here that I do kind of want to talk about. So, alrighty. So this Magic Coin DVD, I remember saying something that the reason why I got it, it was coming up. Either way, I did eventually get $11. Hey, Joni, where you at, Joni? That's probably a bad Fonz impersonation. However, signed with a book plate, Henry Winkler, $36. Abraham Lincoln commemoration ceremony. I'm not going to try to read that in reverse. Book. I had this one for, it's probably been well over a year. It's a thinner book. 28. The last 4 of these, there's 2 remaining. So last 4 of these. Michael Jackson, $9. This is one again. I scanned. They came up with a little higher price. Come back home, I hand type, and they're not that price. But still, it had enough value to it to where I can make something on it. Probably $1 after all that. 9, yeah, probably. Might push 2, depending where it's going, depending if it was put on sold and I was charged promoted. Tony Rice CD. Again, barcode. I believe when I scanned the barcode, it came up with some oddball higher number. I'm like, okay. And then that's when I will copy paste the information, put it in Terapeak to kind of affirm that they can sell for the price that's being shown. And if they can sell for, if it's showing $50, $60 listed, sure, I'll go right ahead and look it up on Terapeak and see what happens, and that's what happened. So $49, and it's going across the pond, right? So they probably have 65 total in it, give or take. Daily vitamins for spiritual growth. Interesting paperback. It does have some wear that is listed in. I think this is even listed as good condition, right? So it has some wear. It wouldn't be very good just because of that, right? I may have in there good, but better than good, but not very good condition. I'll put that in the description box every once in a while. So it's an in between, but still got 60 for this book. Michael Jackson DVD, even cheaper than that CD, $8. So on this, yes, it's pretty much making $1, depending where I got it, but pretty much making $1 on it. These 4 books, I may have got them at Savers for $2 each, or maybe a little more each, so no more than $10 in them. Kind of surprised that they did sell as quick as they did, but I put the 4 together and got 62. Yeah. All right. This book and the next book are the ones I want to talk about in regards to commanding price. I can't guarantee that that's why this sold for the amount that it did. There's a lot of conjecture and speculation that I can toss in there. However, I will bet it's because of the corners. Now, granted, it does have this little bit that's in the pictures. It's wrote in the description box. It has some minor edge staining. Some top foxing, Foxing. Does have some shelf wear, however I worded it in there. So I got 123 for this book, and it's going to Australia. If you look at other ones listed, even in similar, pretty much equal, similar condition, and recent ones that I've sold, none are at $123. So that makes me wonder. They're an experienced veteran buyer. Their account's been around for a while. Haven't left any negative or neutral feedback for sellers that I could see in the first couple pages. Legitimate collector. My best guess is it's going to be the corners. My other best guess, why, is that I have a picture of this edge, and I'll get the angle and the closeness just right to where it's just at the very. So as I'm taking and the camera's closer to it, I'm going to include this and this in most pictures. Try to have everything that you possibly can in the picture and as close as you can. No need to have your camera back up here and then zoom in, because now you're reducing the quality. Take it, go straight up. Another one, if you look this one up, it's called Mystery of Dancing Devil. It's the hardcover. It is the first edition. It is the first print, so on and so forth. If you look it up, one other one, they have pictures and the background is black. Someone doesn't pay attention to on how quality pictures are, what backdrops are. Another one has one that does have the book, does look pretty good, but they have the entire backwash that's white that you could, with eBay. You can make it all whitewashed because they believe, I don't know if the reason why they did it that way is because they believe that that is um, that's the rumor, that if you have everything behind your object all white, that it gets priority in Google image searches or shopping searches or something. Complete, a little bit of truth to it, a little, but almost a complete hogwash. It makes it easier to be able to be identified, but I'm not going to get into all that. So when it comes down to that, it obscures the image and surrounding qualities for comparison. However, those are the little things that I do. I don't go too crazy on pictures. I don't use washout. That could be why it sold for 125 bucks, 123, whatever it was. It could be my feedback, because the other, that looked like a $10 sale. Yeah, it was a ICP twisted DVD that I got down at Amelia's for, I mean, 70 cents, 10 bucks, 10.50 for it. It could be, a small myriad of things on why. I mean, there's not a lot of options online to get this, so maybe it was just process elimination. Be like, oh, this one has better feedback. I like the pictures more. It does have better quality, has more information in the title, more information in the actual listing about its condition. That could be. I don't know. But that's what this one sold for, is about 40% more than of what the next one is available that is in similar condition. That is part of why I say on ways on how you can command your price. Next is this jumper book. I'm just going to show this here. Little bit of edge foxing, little stain on the bottom. That's as much as it opens. Maybe that. So that was probably still listed as like new, considering the bind and condition. I don't remember. If you type this up, jumper gold, GOULD, it's a standard edition. It is a 1992. It does not read if it's first edition or first print. There's no numbers down on the bottom, so I'm not going to write in there first edition just because it doesn't have second or third edition printed in it. It can still be, most likely is, but I'm not going to add words that are not there. Let that be up to the actual buyer. This is one can easily be had on eBay. This book, and I'm thinking it probably sold for the 40 bucks just because of the condition, but it can easily be had hardcover. Very good condition, probably not as good as this, and it's not like this is much better than a lot of the other ones. But this can be had for 15, 20 bucks. But I got $40 for it. So when I get pictures, it takes almost no time to have a book laying here. Get a picture this way. Bring your camera down here. Picture. Rotate. Picture. Rotate. Picture. Picture. And sometimes you can even open the book up, flip the dust jacket off, and lean it back this way and get a long picture this way, so you can get a picture of the dust jacket and the cover and a side spine. Close all that back up, get a picture of the copyright page and a picture of a page in there. Each of those pictures is, from picture to rotate to next picture, is 4 seconds. When I see that there's people in, I'm not saying that any of the sellers that I saw with some of these other books. I'm not saying that that's not a way on how to do it. You can get one or two pictures all day long. At least it's better than just a picture of coming soon. But the more pictures you have, the more 15 extra seconds that you're going to put into after you got to port the pictures over to the listing and rotate them and all this other stuff. You're probably 30 seconds in for another 5 pictures that are more likely going to be the reason why your item sells over someone else's, and probably for a higher price. So it really wasn't too elaborate on it, but I am a proponent on you can use all those pictures, or it's like when people will use, just put in the title of their listing just the word jumper and put it in books. They don't put hardcover. They don't put all these. You have those extra characters. Not all the time are you going to be able to use them. All right. So this listing title was literally 1992 jumper Stephen Gold HC, stands for hardcover / DJ book. That's all the title was. So I'm not trying to say that other people that do less aren't successful in what they do, but you get what you put in, and people get what they deserve. Not a fan of Kid Rock, but that's the 90s anthem song for sure. Anyhow, like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. Let me know with the thumbie. I can know more of what you like about the video. You can leave a comment. Actually, comment. Whatever the comment's going to be, make them numbers, and make those numbers be what the high temperature was at where you live yesterday. Don't need the city. You can do that if you want, but just what the high temperature was. All right. Sub share. Those are free. Appreciate it.